Hello everyone and welcome to another video at my YouTube channel. Today we're going to make 4 additional Easter cards with all my leftover watercolored pieces that we did the other day. All the paper sizes are be listed onto the screen as well as at my blog, and in the video description below I'll have a list of all the supplies used as well as over on my blog. You see I inked around this piece with Worn Lipstick Distress ink. Oh, and I did get a notice that my order from Simon Says Stamp is processing that has my Distress Oxide inks in it. Can't wait to get those. Been watching all the videos of everybody using those, and I just can't wait to get my hands on those and really see what kind of things I can do with them, because they look just totally awesome. So that'll be coming soon. Probably about mid-April though, because we're about to leave to go on a trip, and we're leaving on Monday the 27th of March, and we won't be back until April 6th. So I think my order will arrive while I'm gone, and I will be able to start playing with them as soon as I get back. Okay, so finishing up this card here, it's a square card. I used some enamel accents on there in the electric lime color, match that green sentiment strip. That green paper was from the March card kit as well. And that was the green apple from Simon Says Stamp. And the bunny paper was also from the card kit. So I said I was just trying to use up more of my supplies from the card kit and get as much use out of that kit as possible before the next card kit comes, which that order is processing too. I should get that card kit hopefully while I'm gone, so I can do that unboxing video as when I get back as well. And I'll also have some more Cricut tutorial videos coming up really soon too. So I'm just cutting a dovetail or a fishtail or flagon, whatever you want to call it, on my sentiment strip, and then I'm just going to apply it with some adhesive. The bunny paper I did pop up with some craft foam just to give the card a little bit of dimension, and then I added the enamel accents, or I'm about to add enamel accents for dimension on the card. And you saw me squirt a little bit of it out on a piece of paper because there's usually like a little air bubble in there, and if you don't do a little bit out on a scratch piece of paper first, you might get a splatter on your project, and that wouldn't be any good. So I recommend just doing a little bit out on a scratch piece of paper first, so you don't have any boo-boos on your project. Okay, now for the next card. Again, dimensions were on the screen, and it's a 5x7 card, and just real simple, just using more of the pattern paper. And some of this background paper that I'm using is a watercolor paper. It's something that I've had for a long time, but it's very similar to, I think Lawn Fawn just put out some watercolor paper, and so I will link that in the supply list below. And then I'm using again the glitter tape by Cricut that I just got in a haul not too long ago. Love this glitter tape. It doesn't stretch or anything, so it doesn't misshape, and it's very shiny, so it's really pretty. I love it. It just really matches the teal in this Easter paper, and so it's just really gone well with my Easter projects. And so I'm just popping up these little eggs, watercolored eggs, with some craft foam. Kind of just setting them on the, using that glitter tape as kind of a base for them to sit on. Excuse me, pardon me, the allergies in Texas have been really bad. So now I'm just adding some accents with some liquid pearls, in the iridescent, or pearlescent, I should say, paint in pumpkin, hydrangea, and daffodil. So these are all bright colors to go along with the bright colors in the card, in the paper, I should say. And then I coated the eggs with glossy accents just to give them some shine and additional dimension. And that completes that card. All right, the next card we're going to do, I'm going to switch to an A2 size card. So you can see this was a 11 inches by 4 1/4, so it folded at 5 1/2. And I'm just using some orange watercolor paper and then some the carrot paper from the pack, and I'm using the third from the smallest die of the MFT wonky stitched rectangles. And then I'm just going to use the Happy Easter stamp from the Sun Bunny stamp set. And I'm just putting this on a white sentiment strip. And I'm just stamping my sentiments today in Simon Says Intense Black ink. And I have a little problem with that stamp. I didn't get it solid, and so I just used a Copic multi-liner just to fill in any little areas that I didn't get real solid. I'm just going to add the sentiment strip down flat. And then the carrot paper I'm popping up with some craft foam. And then I'm just going to adhere my bunny down flat since the carrot paper is popped up. And then next I'm just taking the pumpkin liquid pearls again. I'm just adding some embellishment dots. And then I'm going to take some glossy accents and add it to the cheeks of the little bunny rabbit. And that will finish off that card. So next we're going to move on to our fourth card. This is a little piece that I had left from when I was trying out the Nuo mousse that I got in the card kit, and I had put some in a mister and mixed it with water, and I sprayed through the stencil that came in the card kit, and I got this really faint light egg shape from the stencil, and so I decided to go ahead and use it, and just backed it with some of the pink watercolor paper and added some twine around it, and then I had sprayed some speckles just off to the side on the watercolor paper, and so I'm just going to use a piece of the watercolor paper that had the spray on it to add a sentiment. Excuse me. Oh, and I did pop up that main piece with some craft foam to give the card some dimension. And I don't know why I didn't use this earlier. Your little Xyron is the best way really to apply adhesive to your craft foam. And the pink piece is just adhered down flat, and then the other piece is popped up on the foam. And I thought about adding a chick, and then I thought the chick and the egg just didn't make sense. So I got the sentiment out of the Sun Bunny stamp set that said "Good Egg," and I got that watercolor piece, and I just took a 1.5 inch. I think it was a 1.5 inch. Yeah, 1.5 inch circle punch, and punched a circle out of it, and then I just took a Post-it note and I masked off the egg, so I could just stamp the good, and So, because I didn't want it in the line, I wanted to stack it. And this time I'm using the Simon Says Stamp Cobblestone ink because I didn't want it to be the really dark, intense black ink because the feel of this card is a little bit lighter. And so I didn't want a harsh sentiment. And then I decided just to go around the edge of that with the Worn Lipstick Distress ink, just to set the little sentiment off a little bit from the other watercolor piece. And that pretty much does it for these 4 cards. I'll have still pictures and everything on my blog post, so please subscribe and please go visit my blog. Thank you very much.